Hey, welcome to the MorrowMarriage podcast, guys, where we are going to give it to you straight every single time. Along those lines, I was asked this week, honey, what to do when you can't afford a program. Welcome to the MorrowMarriage podcast. I'm so excited. It's the 100th episode. I want to talk to you today about something that I do with my men in the program. See, most programs, they encourage you not to talk to your partner about them.
I'm Cass.
And I'm Kathryn. So I should say thank you because he goes to work every day. And I said, yeah, you don't have to say thanks every day, but you could throw in like, you're so thankful that he brings home a paycheck. You're so thankful that you can get whatever you're getting for the kids for Christmas.
He is just a paycheck. What about his needs? Guys, we are here today. We want to talk about not loving, or I'll say don't love your inner child.
We're MorrowMarriage.
Let's flip divorce statistics with the new marriage.
Okay, well, first things first, in case you have not heard yet, Disrupting Divorce, the new man, my book, the entire system. Man, I want to make this program as accessible to men as possible. And so I put it into a book. Guys, it should be coming out this fall, early fall. Stay tuned. But in the meantime, a lot of guys that are on board and they're trying to get in, they just, programs do cost money. Coaching does require payment, unfortunately. And so
just like a therapist, counselor, an athletic coach.
100%. No matter what you buy, you're paying for. So I don't want to leave any man behind. And a lot of guys ask me the same question. What do I do if I can't afford? So there's a few things, okay? If you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to the podcast, that means that you probably resonate with our story and our teachings and the way that we do things. So first and foremost, guys, download the Morrow app. Just like the last name, okay? It's two R's facing each other like you see here if you're watching on YouTube. At the top right corner. The point is simple. There's a free program called Momentum on there, and you can get a lot of forward momentum in your relationship with that starting with you, okay? The second thing is keep listening and learning the podcast stuff here, okay? Now, also, by the time this episode airs, there's a sample of my book going out. So go to morrowmarriage.com/disrupt. It's going to show you the outline. There's going to be a lot of the readings from the book, Kathryn's forward, my introduction, and then some of the introductions to every pillar and every man. And so you'll see the outline. I'll also outline all the topics, okay? I'm doing this because I'm impatient. I want you to save your marriage, even if you're not in the position to spend a bunch of money. Now, failing all that, if you want to do more, I can go. Do you want to give any suggestions before I go?
Just an interjection.
Sure.
He says that he's impatient, but we just hatched baby chicks and I slept on the couch 4 nights in a row and
That's
they
right.
finally hatched today.
Very exciting.
I always woke up and came to bed. But anyway, he's not impatient if you compare that to my chicken hatching.
I'm impatient for you. So many of you guys are, I get it. It's such an emotional time when the marriage is, when it's not where you want it to be. I call it the fog, okay? So re-listen to the beginning here. Go take the free stuff that I offer for starters, okay? There's free training on the website as well, etc. Okay? Now, the next thing that you can do is, you can start to go find more resources. You can learn almost anything that you want on YouTube, okay? So, for example, I talk a lot about No More Mr. Nice Guy, okay? That's a book by Dr. Robert Glover. You can listen to that for free on YouTube, and people don't understand, okay? You can look up John and Julie Gottman. That's a lot of what Kathryn would teach in some of her lessons, and I bring those into the reset as well. Some of the things, and you turn the systems a little bit, but the idea is this: you can find it. You have to just start. So this episode is called "Do This First." Just get started, man. For the love of God, how many people are almost like breaking down on the phone? And
people are scared because they don't know what direction to go. So you freeze.
That's right.
And you don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing that, you're actually going backwards because you're not making forward momentum. And when you're not going forward and your marriage is in crisis, you are automatically going backward. So by doing nothing, you are getting worse. By doing something, at best, you're going to stay the same. By actually putting in the effort, you're going to move forward. And so right now, go put in the effort. Go do something that isn't nothing so that you don't get any worse than you already are. Because if you're unsure of what's happening in your marriage and you're frozen and you're frustrated and you don't know what's going to work and you're scared, you have all these big emotions, and the emotions are okay. Don't let those emotions hold you back from just taking a darn step.
Emotion is the root of all success and all failure. I think I've said this before on the podcast. I start every call with, just before we get into your relationship, what is your definition of success? And do you think you're successful? And The reason is because eventually in the call, we'll go back and say, see, dude, that's emotion. And that's what's causing the failure that you talked about in the beginning of the call. And that's, of course, once you move past money and all this stuff. Now, here, if you're really lost, again, MorrowMarriage.com/disrupt, you can start Googling or YouTubing from the outline that I give you, because I built this thing from, I don't know how many books and courses. In the reset, I think I share 50 books with you guys that I liked, that I used. I talk about different coaches, different influencers. I don't give that on the sample, but you can at least start figuring things out. Why do I say that? Because you still have to want to put the work in. It doesn't matter what I give you. The full book, the full course, a coaching call, you know, like
you still need to invest your time and energy in yourself to move forward. Period. Bottom line.
That's it. So do this first. Make the decision to actually start to move forward. Like Kathryn said, leave the emotion out. Nothing you do today is going to be the end. And if it is, it's because of everything that happened, not what you're doing today. You've got to understand that and take a step forward. Okay? All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.